Is this thing working? This thing is working. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Project Gen X podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I am Big Dave. Mic check, mic check.
That's right. Hey, and this is our first episode outside of Oktoberfest 2020. We had a good time recording.
Sorry it's a little late. We've been hungover in a sugar coma from all the Halloween candy.
It's been, if you've turned on the news when we're recording this, you'll know what's been going on. I'm just saying there's been a lot going on, and so we're getting a little behind on this one. Actually, you know what? I am going to get political here for just a second. I would like to thank everyone who supported me in my bid for the presidency. And even though we failed this time, I have already begun for 2024. So keep Alan Smith 2024 in mind.
And I know I got one vote in the Senate race.
Yeah.
And I got one vote for vice president.
Hey, I'm not even joking when I say this. I think I actually got about half a dozen votes across the country. In various places. So
maybe we ought to partner up and actually run for
there
president.
You go. You never know. I know for a fact I got a vote in two local races as well. So because I voted for myself. So.
We'll run on the Get Off My Digital lawn platform.
That's right. So anyways, now that we are back and we are good Gen X's and Gen X's, we are good Gen Xers, and we are going to be talking about this little thing that used to be called MTV. Kinda. We're going to be talking about the music videos and some of our favorites, because everyone has their favorites. And yes, of course, we on our YouTube page, you will be able to go and watch these videos.
Most of them.
And I bet we'll be able to get pretty much all of them on there. This is not curated from anything other than just our love of these videos. I have 15. Dave has 15. I'm sure there's going to be some overlap. I
don't know that there is.
I bet there's going to be some.
I think there might be one overlap, maybe two.
We'll see. I would say there's probably going to be at least two. But we'll see once we get into it. The other thing is that I don't even know what the other thing is. I don't know why I started that sentence. Anyways, the coffee has not kicked in yet.
And we took a few days off, so now we've got to get back into the swing of things.
I think everyone that listened to our last episode probably had enough of an over-caffeinated and over-sugared me.
You were almost a double bump Alex Jones there for a minute.
It was, yeah, man. I went back when I was editing. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
Now you know why I was looking at you the way I was looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness Dave was here to kind of keep things on the rails. Kind of.
It's hard to do when you've got a jetpack on.
Yeah, it really is. So, Dave.
Go ahead. I'll let you go
You're
first.
going to let me go first. Okay.
And these are just music videos that we just personally love.
Yeah, this isn't like I said, it's not curated from anything other than our just, Are we recording? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
So, anyways, you wanted me to start,
I was gonna let
correct?
You start
okay,
for the first time.
All right. Well, hey, all right. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to go back into the early-ish history of MTV and this new form of expression for bands.
Is this the Buggles?
No. I didn't go quite that far back.
I was going to say the way you were talking.
Into the mid '80s. And I guarantee you're going to be like, what? I am going to put my first entry on this list is going to be If This Is It by Huey Lewis and the News.
That's a good one, actually.
It is a good video. I love that video. And it's one that I actually own, because I have a bunch of these that I've either purchased. Most of them I've purchased off of iTunes over the years.
Yeah.
I love that video. I love that video.
Is that the one where half the band's buried in the sand?
Yeah, they're on the beach,
necks?
and there's actually like a sand shark. There's a shark, going around and that kind of stuff. And that was a pretty good video. It's one that stuck out in my memory from back then, and one that I love. So.
Well, since you went that era, I've actually got one from that era also. And it's Aha.
Take on Me.
Take on Me.
I almost put that one on here.
That going back and forth between live action
and the animation
and pencil animation.
I know.
Whether you like the song or not, which actually I've heard an acoustic version that they do that's really good, actually.
Let's put it this way. I like that song. Yeah. I've always liked that song. However, I have heard way too many bad singers try to do that at karaoke.
And try to hit the high notes.
And you can't, and I fully cannot hit the high note at all. Even not falsetto, not anything. I cannot approach it. So
if I'm having a good night, I can actually do it and do it on pitch.
On pitch, yeah. That's the other thing, yeah. But I mean, like, I can't even come close to it. So, there's been a few. Who was it? Save Ferris did a cover of that one. It wasn't horrible, but bad. I'm not a big fan of covers.
But you kind of have to change it up a little bit.
So, so we both have, we're both down one now. Yeah. I guess it's my turn again, huh? Let's see. Do I have any, let me look at something and see if I have anything from anything else from I do have a couple of songs a couple of them from the 80s, but one of them in particular I'm going to leave till later. Okay. Actually, both of them I'm going to leave till later now that I think about it. And I have a feeling that we're probably going to have both of them on our list. So, okay. But here's one early 90s. Right Now by Van Halen. That I'm a
Van Hagar.
I am a bigger fan of the Van Hagar stuff than I am.
I am too.
The David Lee Roth.
Although I have a soft spot in my heart for the David Lee Roth Van Halen. That's actually not one of my favorite Van Hagars.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the video itself is really, again, I'm going on the videos here, of some of these. That video, with all the little interstitials, of, right now, everything is like right now is your government. I remember like there was this little thing where like it showed, it was this little pencil like animation of like, somebody pushing, like somebody on their knees, like on their hands and knees, and then somebody else pushing another stick figure over that person. Yeah. And it said, right now your government's doing things you only think other governments do. It's like that kind of stuff where it was all this like stuff that's like, okay, yeah, right now, your parents miss you right now, this blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, this was a cool little video. It was one of those things where like, it was political, but it wasn't political. Yeah. Where it was like, hey, why don't you just think about some of this stuff? Types, and everything. And there's one moment like in there where it's getting ready to go into the guitar solo, it's got that kind of build or whatever. Yeah. And it says right now, and it's going down, and it shows like this picture being burnt of this dude, whatever. It says right now she's getting on with her life or something like that. I always thought that like, oh wow, that's like, ooh.
Yeah, twisting the knife.
Yeah, so what do you have next?
You probably didn't see this one coming from me. George Michael, Freedom 90.
No, I did not. I was going to wait till the end for this one because that is one of my favorite videos of all time.
I love this video.
It is, and I will say...
One, Supermodels.
Well, yeah.
Two, he is literally blowing...
Not in it.
He's not in it, and he is blowing up.
Right.
All the stuff that basically defined who he was on the last album. The leather jacket, the guitar.
The jacket is burnt.
Yeah.
And you see the guitar and the jukebox from that Faith video. Yeah. Both get blown up. They both explode in the video. He does not appear at all.
No.
In the whole thing. And I've said this before, talking about this song in general. This was, George Michael, he was huge with Wham.
Yes.
And then he came back with this really huge solo album with Faith.
Yes.
And then he went back to England and he kind of disappeared for several years. Mm-hmm. And Listen Without Prejudice, which is what this song is on.
Which I think is actually his best album that he put out.
And it's one of those things, this wasn't even the lead single off of it.
No, it was not.
Was it Praying for Time or Jesus to a Child? I think it was Praying for Time was the first single off of it. This was the second single. And this blew up. I mean, it blew up everywhere. But it was, if you listen to the song, the lyrics itself, it talks about that. The first verse is about, hey, we had a good time, we were doing this just me and my buddy, and we, blah blah blah, and you get into it, and it's the whole, like, especially when you get into the chorus and the pre-chorus and the chorus, it's like, hey, I just want to, sometimes you have to understand the clothes do not make the man, and all. And it's like, hey, like, we got to do something different. The way the game is played today is not the same. It's just, and like
that album, Listen Without Prejudice.
Oh, it's such a good album. I know.
That's one of those things you need to sit down, put the headphones on, and listen to the whole thing all the way through. All the way through.
The arrangement on this track,
yeah,
there's a whole lot more going on than what most people realize.
Yeah.
Like, if you put the headphones on and listen to the song Freedom 90, there is a lot going on, and not just like, there's a lot of complicated stuff going on musically in that song. So yeah, I was going to leave that for my final one, and that one did surprise me. I mean, come on, Cindy Crawford and hold on, let's see. Yeah, Cindy Crawford. You've got Naomi Campbell.
Hold on.
It's Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangeliste. Was that what her name was?
That sounds familiar.
And we're missing one more. And then, of course, what's his name? The dude that's in it.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Linda Evangelista,
right.
Cindy Crawford,
right.
Christy Turlington.
That was the other one.
Yeah, Naomi Campbell, Tatjana Patlitz.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then what's the dude that's in it?
They don't have a dude listed.
His last name is Shinker.
But Christy Turlington was the one that when she walked in, I was like, oh.
I will always have a soft spot in my heart. Well, no, let me say this. I can from memory close my eyes and see it's Naomi Campbell, and she's got on headphones, and a skirt, and she's topless. She's got her hands up, but she's wearing combat boots.
Yeah.
And she's dancing and singing. And that is just, I don't care about Cindy Crawford naked in the bathtub.
No, who cares?
That is one of the sexiest things. I'm just like, wow, that is amazing.
Well,
and as a
skirt and combat boots kind of always
the combat boots,
anyway.
but I have always thought that Naomi Campbell was just gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. And of course she's British on top of it all, which makes it even worse. So
smoking. Absolutely.
I know.
Smoking.
So anyways, now that we've gushed and got a little creepy on that one, I guess it's my turn now.
I don't care.
I'm going to go with Paradise City by Guns N' Roses.
That's a good one.
That video, pretty much it's concert video.
Yeah.
It was shot live at a concert, Yep. It was in New York. I want to say it was Giant Stadium or something. I want to say that it was one of it's an outdoor venue. It's at a stadium, you know. And the thing is they were like openers at the time. I think they were on tour. They might have been on tour with Aerosmith, I think, or something like that. But it's one of those things where like it captures what that band was all about.
Live on stage.
As well as the backstage stuff that, like, that you get all the great, the backstage here and there, then like meet and greets and getting to and to and from stage, and and just hanging out and all that kind of stuff. And it is one of those, like, again, I've said this many times. The first single off of Appetite for Destruction was Welcome to the Jungle.
Yep.
And it didn't go anywhere. Nope. And then they released Sweet Child of Mine, and they started gaining some momentum. Then they re-released Welcome to the Jungle, and they started gaining more momentum. But when Paradise City hit, that was it. It blew them into the stratosphere. And this video, this music, I remember seeing the MTV world premiere video, for this. For this. And just sitting there with my jaw open the entire time. Like, that is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. So, Paradise City by...
All right. Ahead. Well, since you went with a concert video, I'm going to go with a concert video. And it's Anthrax with Antisocial.
I do not know that one.
You know this one, and you've seen this video.
I may have, but off the top of my head, I can't tell you.
It's off the album State of Euphoria.
Okay.
And that's the one that's got the weird looking little dude on the front.
Yeah.
Well, in the video, they've got somebody with like a plaster of Paris head of that dude wearing it. It's huge on him.
Okay.
And the video starts out with him spray painting the stage, and then with him running around during the concert and like interacting with the concert goers while the music video is being shot. And then at the end of the video, it shows the band backstage, and when the guy pulls the head off, it's Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that one. I'll be honest, I don't remember that. When you said Anthrax, I immediately went to Belly of the Beast, because I remember that live concert video of them.
That's a great video.
Yeah.
But that little because it purposely follows that. Well,
right.
What we know now is Ozzy,
right?
And he's just running around out in the audience. Audience has no idea this is Ozzy Osbourne. And at the end of the video, he pulls the head off with the band around him, and it's Ozzy. And we're talking about late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Mid late 80s Ozzy.
Yeah, it's coked out Ozzy is what it was.
And I was just like, the first time I saw that and he pulled the head off, I was like, oh, it's Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. So. That was one of those things that whenever other people would show up, like other bands and stuff would show up in videos, it was always pretty interesting, Yeah.
But I you know me, I love Anthrax.
I know you're a big Anthrax fan, so
I like that one.
Okay. Since and the thing is I'm not doing this by timeline necessarily, but since we're in that era, I'm going to go with early 90s Aerosmith.
Which one?
Living on the Edge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I know they had shortly after that, it was off the same album, they had the big, like the Amazing and what was it, Crying, and what was the other one?
Crying was actually my favorite song off that album.
Crying, and then what was the middle one? It was Amazing, or no, Crying was the one that introduced us to Alicia Silverstone. Yeah. And then it was Crazy was the next one.
What was the one where it was mostly in the recording studio?
No. And that one was the one with Alicia Silverstone and Steven Tyler's daughter, Liv Tyler, which introduced us to Liv Tyler. And then Amazing was Tyler. Like the next one that also had what's her name in it, because they had that trilogy. But I'm like, those, if I want to take one out of those, it would be Crazy. But I really like the video for Living on the Edge better, and because it's I remember seeing it the first time, and like it's so frenetic and so like it really captures that song.
Was that the Get a Grip album?
Yes. You remember this is the one that Edward Furlong was in the video,
right?
And it's like they steal the car and they run it into the construction site, and all that stuff, and it's like, and you have the teacher that's the trans woman, and it's like, it's like,
actually my song off of this album was Eat the Rich.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one much. I like the album as far as like second wave Aerosmith. Yeah. That's probably my favorite album, to be honest. I mean, because I'll be honest, as going back, I'm not a big fan of Permanent Vacation, and Pump just really doesn't do anything for me.
Pump wasn't a good one.
No.
Permanent Vacation, though, had some great stuff on it.
It did.
That had Ragdoll. That
living
had
on the Dude Looks
Like
Elevator.
Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Angel.
Yeah, I know. But it just...
Wait, what was the other one you said?
Wasn't Loving an Elevator on that one? Was that on Pump?
I believe so.
That must have been on Pump. The thing is they came out like right on top of each other, and it's easy to confuse one with the other.
They were 2 years apart.
Yeah. But... They released so many...
Going Down Loving an Elevator is
Pump. Okay.
That's also the one with Janie's Got a Gun.
Mm-hmm. Which I can do without that, ever hearing that song again. The best part about that song was, you ever see Not Another Teen Movie?
Yes.
You remember whenever they say, sing a song that's got her name in it. And so he just doing the whole, the spoof on 10 Things I Hate About You. And he's singing Janie's Got a Gun, and the security shows up and tasers her. And it's just like...
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. But Living on the Edge by Aerosmith. I really like that video. It really does. It's one of those it's one of those videos that, and the song itself is kind of anxiety inducing, and the video like really played into that on top of it all. So it's just like, all right. So what do you got next?
The Cure.
Which one?
Lullaby. I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, this is creepy. This is... If The Cure had been a heavy metal band, this video would have fit.
If The Cure had been a heavy metal band, they'd be Smashing Pumpkins. Okay.
But with this song and with this video, this video is so creepy. It's almost, it's not quite Marilyn Manson level creepy, but it's definitely got that creep factor.
Do you have any Manson on there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yes, I do. But The Cure, Lullaby.
Okay.
It's definitely British gothic horror.
Yeah. I'm going to go with.
I love The Cure.
I do too. That's and The Cure is one of those bands that, as I've gotten older,
Generation is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Why did you do that in a Cartman voice? Because that was Kyle that said that.
Cartman's the only one I really got on repertoire.
I'm going to go with another sexy video.
Go ahead.
Wicked Game, Chris Isaak.
Yeah. I almost.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That video is just. Yeah. And the song and the video just. Yeah.
The song. Yeah. The video. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you go to see?
Yes, I took you to see Chris Isaak.
Yeah.
Remember? That's
Yeah, that was a.
I've seen Chris Isaak in concert 4 or 5 times,
and that was at the Ryman. That was a killer show.
Yeah. Too bad it was on a lame album though.
Yeah.
The Speak of the Devil album, which is not one of his better ones.
No, it's really not. But he still put on a heck of a show.
He did.
The mirror ball suit.
Oh yeah. It's.
I'm surprised you didn't try to get one of those.
It's funny, like the last time I saw Chris Isaak, which has been a decade ago or more. Actually, it's been a little over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that sometimes when you see touring bands, especially the ones that have been together for a long time and they're really like in sync with each other, you can kind of tell how far into the tour they are by how fast the songs are. Because the longer the tour goes on, the faster they get. And this was one of those is like, oh, they're near the end of the tour because all of these songs are being played way faster than
it's like, we got to get through these songs so we can get to the bar.
Exactly. But it was still good. Don't get me wrong. But it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't ever remember Wicked Game being this fast.
What a Wicked Game today.
Not quite that fast, yeah, but it was still one of those things where it's like if you put them side by side, there would definitely the RPMs would definitely be a lot higher. So
yeah.
So what do you got next?
Do you want to deal with Manson?
Sure, go ahead.
I've got Sweet Dreams.
Okay.
Which is the Eurythmics cover by Marilyn Manson. Which was really my first introduction to Marilyn Manson. I was like, "Oh, this is somebody to watch."
I knew Manson just prior to this coming out.
I was like, I don't know that I like him, but this video's pretty.
Have you ever seen his video for Dope Hat off of Portrait of an American Family?
I have not.
It's a complete riff on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, is it?
Especially the paddle boat scene. Okay.
Well, that's one of the creepiest things
I know. And that was the first exposure I had to Marilyn Manson, of catching that video like really late at night. And I was like, I kind of dig this. And so I wound up going out and buying the album and finding out really quickly, wow, this dude's really out there. So by the time that Smells Like Children came out and his cover of Sweet Dreams, I already had a base with him.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, that video. Here's my next question. Do you have a Tool video on there?
I do.
Okay. Because the reason why I was going to say is that both Marilyn Manson and Tool are good bands, but their music videos made them a lot
more popular.
It gave them more
very avant-garde.
Well, what's the word I'm looking for? It created their their mystique, basically, is what it came down
Yeah.
to. You know, Tool, they didn't appear in any of their videos. You know, it was like, you know, it was all this really cool, like, you know, stop motion and claymation animate, you know, type stuff. And then, of course, with Marilyn Manson, it's like, okay, how disturbing can we make this?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and with this video, I remember seeing it, and it really made an impression on me. But I was still very much on the fence about, I don't know if I like this guy or not.
Well,
and it wasn't until you played Tourniquet.
I know
me
we talked about that, and I know, and all of a sudden you're like, damn it, you're gonna make me like Marilyn Manson. It's like, hold on a second, let me see if I have it on here.
What are you looking for?
The name of the song. Marilyn Manson has a song that was on Antichrist Superstar, and it was released as a single, but The Man That You Fear. Yeah. Okay, so he released the album. He released the song "Man That You Fear," which is like the last song on the album, and it was a single. It wasn't a big single, but the thing about it is that the video is one that stayed with me, and I found it creepier than some of his other like quote like real creepy songs, because it's a play on Shirley Jackson's "The Lottery."
Oh,
Do you remember that one?
I think I do.
And you know and it's like, he doesn't go for his normal theatrics with it. Matter of fact, he's not wearing any makeup or anything. He's just in his, you know.
Yeah.
And, he looks like Brian Warner rather than Marilyn Manson, you know. And it's one of those things that it's like, but just the whole thing of what you know is getting ready to happen is like, wow, this is disturbing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, no. I'm there with you with Sweet Dreams. That's a good video. I didn't put any Manson on here. I wanted to.
If you had one.
If I had one, I would have probably put the Man That You Fear on there. And I really like that video quite a bit. So
The only other one I considered putting on there was I Don't Like the Drugs, but the Drugs Like Me.
that one's pretty good. Dope Show is not a bad. I mean, that's I like that era of Manson quite a bit.
I like that album. Yeah,
I love that album. That album is great.
I mean,
I know a lot of people.
I forget what song it is, but there's a great line where he was like, "I'm a hand grenade that never stopped exploding."
I know.
I was like, "What a visual!"
Yeah, that Mechanical Animals is such a good album, and a lot of people like, oh, well, he's just trying to be David Bowie now, and blah blah blah. I was like, well, if you're gonna be somebody good, you know. It's
I mean, it's definitely Bowie era.
It is definitely, you know, but it's still Marilyn Marilyn Manson. And one of my favorite songs by him is on that album. That of course I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Let me see if I find it.
But it's no, I've got it right here. It is the song. Where is it? Oh God, what's the name of the song? Great Big White World. It's the first song on the album, and because it's one of those things, it's just a weird. It starts off with this little like this really slow keyboard. Yeah, exactly. And but it's one of those things that it's one of those songs. It's like it's a little creepy, it's a little spacey. And it's really intense.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Anyways, now that we've talked about Marilyn Manson for longer than we probably should have.
It's your turn.
I guess it's my turn, is it not?
It is.
Do you just before we get into this, do you have honorable mentions? Because I have a couple of them when we get there.
I just did 15 that I liked.
Well, I've got a couple of honorable mentions when we get there.
Well,
you know what?
fine.
I'm going to go ahead and do one now.
Yeah,
as an honorable mention because it's Marilyn Manson based.
Yeah.
I almost put it on here. It is 9 Inch Nails. Pardon the language. Starfuckers Incorporated.
Okay.
Do you remember this video?
I do.
And the reason
you
why
had Trent Reznor and Marilyn Manson,
but you don't see Marilyn Manson until the very end, or you see him, but he's dressed in drag.
Yeah.
And you think, and they're like in the back of a limo, and then in the very last shot, he takes off the wig and like looks in the camera, and this was like right after. Like, because they had a big falling out.
Yeah.
And this was them coming back together.
And this was off The Fragile, if I remember right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And it was also one of those things that, like, they make fun of Courtney Love and Fred Durst and a whole bunch of, I think Billy Corgan might have been in there. And I mean, it's just like, they really make fun of some people. in it, and it's a pretty decent video, but the whole reveal of it being Marilyn Manson at the end of it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
No, everybody was flipping out at the time because
they had such a public falling out.
I mean, they were mortal enemies at one point, and then Manson's back in a Nine Inch Nails video.
He's back in the fold. Yeah. Okay, here's one. I'm going to jump ahead a lot of years.
Okay,
and it can kind of go in the same thing we're talking about here.
Yeah.
It's I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. Dude,
I know I've heard it. I just
don't know the song, but the video is shot like it's a one long movie trailer. And it's shot an awful lot like it would be a my brain is not working today. I obviously have not had enough coffee.
Sugar withdrawals.
The dude that did Rushmore and Wes Anderson. It's shot very much like a Wes Anderson.
Gotcha.
And it's really kind of cool.
Sure, it wasn't Wes Anderson.
I don't think Wes Anderson actually did the video. That was one thing I should have gone in and looked at who was the actual director on some of these, because there are some very famous directors who got their start.
Yeah.
In music videos. But yeah, I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance. That video is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'm going with mid-late 80s hair metal.
Okay.
Dokken off of Back for the Attack, Like a Flame.
I don't know this one.
Yeah, you do, because this is the one where they pretend they're firemen and they go out to put out the fire.
I don't remember this one at all.
George Lynch has that really cool skeleton guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, the skeleton guitar gets thrown on the ground, it comes alive and turns into a monster.
Oh, is that video?
Yeah.
Okay. I seem to remember that part of the video, but
Back for the Attack basically was the soundtrack for the...
It had Dream Warriors on there. I don't know that it was the soundtrack.
But this is also the album that had Mr. Scary on it.
Mr. Scary's and then Paris is Burning was on that one. Yeah, it was a decent album.
The video is very, very MTV 80s. They gave the band a video camera and went, okay, come up with a video.
Yeah.
It was...
And that's something people forget, especially in the early part of the 80s when MTV first went. They had no, like... All the tropes that we know of music videos now were formed then because people were like, no one told them how to do it. So they're like, okay, I'm going to do this.
The video's cheesy.
Yeah.
It feels very much like somebody handed a college student a video camera and said, make a music video for this, band.
Right. Yeah. There was a lot of that. So.
But it's George Lynch and it's that skeleton guitar and... George Lynch is still cranking out decent music.
Lynch he's an underrated guitar player.
Super underrated.
There are some of those guys that played in the hair metal bands that were a whole lot better than the band they were playing with. George Lynch is one of them. Nuno Betancourt from Extreme is a whole lot better than that band.
Yeah.
God, what's his name from White Lion?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, what is his name? Vito Bratta.
Yeah.
Vito Bratta from White Lion is way better than that band.
A lot of those guys were classically trained guitar players, which is why a lot of that 80s hair metal sounds like classical guitar on steroids.
Yeah. And, with spandex and teased hair. So.
I mean, a good example, that's Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie Malmsteen, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He is very much a classical guitar player and does all that stuff. And it's got the ego to go with it. So.
Dude, that guy's ego is bigger than his hair.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. Okay, so my next one. Yeah. Where am I going to go with this one? All right, I'm going to do another one.
Well, you should. It's your turn.
I know, but another one you might not expect.
Okay.
I love the album Misunderstood by Pink. It was her second album.
Yes, you've admitted this in public before.
I don't care about it. This is a great album. The song Just Like a Pill, but it's more especially the video for it is great. I mean, great. And it's one of those things that, again, it's kind of an anxiety-inducing song, and the video really, plays into that quite a bit. You probably don't even remember it off the top of your head. So
I don't.
yeah, that video is great. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I imagine that that video represents a lot of people's anxieties and just their mental health in a lot of ways, so yeah, check that one out if you get a chance. Just Like a Pill by Pink. So
the band I'm going to bring up next, I'm kind of putting Dokken and them back to back because band members from both these bands are now playing in the same band.
Okay.
The band I'm bringing up now is King's X.
Okay.
With Black Flag.
Okay.
Do you remember this video?
Put a black flag on my morning. Put a black flag. Yeah.
The video's kind of trippy. They definitely played with green screen quite a bit with this. But King's X is one of those bands that was so underrated and didn't get near the attention
I agree with
that they deserved. But Doug Pinnick from he was one of the vocalists and the bass player for King's X, is playing with George Lynch and Ray Lutzier of Korn.
I would have never put the three of them together
in a band called KXM.
And they're good. And what you played of me, I'm like, dude, I like these guys. This is pretty cool.
If you haven't checked out KXM, you really need to go check them out. Yeah. And they're prolific.
Yeah, they put a lot of stuff out.
They're putting out like an album a year, I think. But I remember Black Flag was my first introduction to King's X. And when they hit the harmonies, I was just like, whoa, what is this?
Well, I remember because their
first...
it's
a three-piece. It's a guitar player, bass player, drummer, period.
Their
Nothing else.
First album, well, it might not have been their first album, but the first one they started when Love, Hope, Faith, or Faith, Hope, Love came out. And they had that song, It's Love.
Yes.
And again, the harmonies on that were just like, whoa, where did this come from? Plus it was pretty guitar driven, that kind of stuff. Now they're one of those bands that like from song to song can be bipolar of the way that they're doing things.
Their albums are not put together real well. There's not a real good continuity. The songs themselves on the albums are awesome, but to be able to listen from one song to the next, it's...
And to see them in concerts the same way, because I have seen them in concert before.
What really sucks is they were supposed to play, I forget what the venue is over in East Nashville, that got hit by the tornado.
You're talking about the Basement East.
The Basement East. I actually had tickets to go see them at the Basement East, and the tornado ripped a building down. And
they're still working on it.
They're still trying. I know. They either came to town at a different venue and I missed it, or
they probably just canceled
it.
Honest,
I know I got my money back on the tickets, but I've never seen King's X. I was really looking forward to it.
I saw them in the mid-'90s. It wasn't the Dogman. It was the Dogman album, but it was the one after that. And I don't know. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was just, it wasn't what I was expecting, Yeah. Let's see. So it's my turn now.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go another one from that same era that I just came from.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake with Cry Me a River. It's a great song to begin with. The video is awesome because this was at the time whenever him and Britney Spears had broken up.
Yeah.
They had just broken up.
And he's basically being stalked.
He's basically stalking her. I know. And it's like, I know. And it's like, oh, dude, that is, that's cold.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love that video and I love that song. So yeah, I'm going with Cry Me a River on that one. So.
Okay. I've got one that you're probably not going to expect.
Okay.
Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Rhythm Nation.
That is a good one. It's a great song on top of it all. So.
I mean, it was a complete departure from everything else she had done.
Oh yeah, this was coming off this was right after Control,
right?
And that was this real pop, and this thing went R&B, just whoa, what's going on here, And it's really good. So
yeah, but I remember the first time I saw Rhythm. my sisters were watching MTV, and I came walking through. I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "It's Janet Jackson." And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, I know.
And all of a sudden, here's Janet Jackson doing like this military dance thing.
So I was getting ready to say
like,
it was very military-esque of a way, like, I mean, just like, wow.
And it was, I think it might have been the debut or something, because it had the extended, dance.
Where she's doing all the stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because they did have that extended. To be honest, I kind of think Janet Jackson's probably the most talented of of that entire crew.
I think you can say that out loud and not be afraid to say it.
It's I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Michael, but Janet, man, that's a whole different thing.
And then she put out the Velvet Rope.
And that was later, because that was after the Janet. But yeah, and then she went a whole different way with the Velvet Rope.
Dang.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have here? Okay, we're going back to the 90s.
Okay.
And I know this one is kind of basic and eye-rolling in some ways, but I really do love the song and the video, and the two together is just masterful.
Okay.
REM with Everybody Hurts.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know that's kind of like become the go-to 90s in a joking way of like, we're gonna play Everybody Hurts, and we're gonna make fun of the music video, and it's like, no, I get it. I mean, it's like, it is a little ham-fisted, especially at the end, but it's one of those things where, like, I remember like seeing that the first time and just being like, dude, this song is so melancholy to begin with, and then this video just added to it, and
that's the one where they're just sitting in the
cars,
car,
and you can see what they're thinking underneath, and it's just like, wow, this is,
because I was so car central,
right?
During growing up, I can remember sitting in my car,
mm-hmm.
And there's no music on. You're just sitting in your car, and you're just sitting there, and you're like,
I know. Just, God, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting here, and you're just stuck in your head. Yeah. And it's terrible sometimes to be stuck inside your own head.
It's like that Stone Sour song.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that some of the worst anxiety and or depression that I've ever had is after bouts of being stuck inside my own head for not even that long of time. Yeah. And it's just like, this echo chamber of anxiety inside there. Yeah. I get it, but yeah, I love that video.
That's a good one.
I almost went with Losing My Religion on that one.
That's a good one, but that doesn't have the...
It really doesn't, I know. So it's the next one. What do you got?
Megadeth.
Which one?
Sweating Bullets.
That's pretty good one with all the different Daves and
it's literally what it was to me is like, here's Dave. Mm-hmm. He's in his room. He's by himself.
Right.
But he's by himself with himself and all the different selves.
That's the whole thing.
Hello
himself. Me, it's the real me talking, and it really is several different Dave Mustaines talking to each other in the song.
And it's a heavy song. It's a great song. And it kind of felt like some of the nights that I had to sit by myself, and you're sitting around and you're talking to yourself in your head, and yourself is driving yourself crazy, and being egged on by your other self, which is looking at the other self in the corner.
So, how many of you are there inside of that?
I have no idea. But kind of along the same but different feel is I've got an honorable mention is that Alanis Morissette Ironic.
Yep.
Where it's
four different hers.
It's four different hers in the car,
and they're all different personalities. Yeah, I know. I get that,
and I love that one too.
That's a good video.
People make fun of the song. Honestly, I like the song
because the thing is the use of irony is wrong. Yes, for a big chunk of it.
The use of irony is wrong, but
a lot of it is just like really like sucky luck is all it is. It's not ironic at all. It's
but you had to call it something to make it rhyme. So
sure.
But Megadeth,
that's a good, and I just saw that video again not all that long ago. It's like, wow, this kind of held up, a little bit. Yeah. Some of the green screen's not very good.
No.
Now, of course, it's in standard def. There was no high definition part, so that again makes it look a little weird. But I tell you another, again, going into the 90s, A Long December by the Counting Crows.
I figured you'd have some crows on here somewhere.
Yeah, and that video, Courtney Cox aside, because I know she's in it, but it's one of those things where, again, that song is a very melancholy song, and they did a really good job of capturing that in, with like that stark, because he's on that stark sound stage.
Yeah.
With the fake trees and the snow and all that kind of stuff. But they did a really good job of making it like, no, this is showing something here.
Yeah.
This is not just, and I love that video. I love that video. I think it's probably their best video. I could have gone with Around Here, but I'll be honest, I've gone back and rewatched that a few times. And there's a few of the images that are in there. I'm like, wow, those didn't age well. And I just mean that as... I'm sure in 1994 when this was made, this was cutting edge and whatever. Now it just kind of looks silly. So
yeah, I can get that.
Yeah, what do you got?
I was debating even mentioning this one.
Uh-oh.
When the band first came out, it was known as Green Jello.
Oh, Green Jelly, yeah.
And because
Three Little Pigs.
And because of copyright issues, they had to change the name of the band to Green Jelly.
Yes.
Three Little Pigs.
Three Little Pigs with the claymation.
Claymation.
It is. It's pretty cool. That's an interesting video. The song is one of those that like you hear it the first couple of times and you're like, this is cool. And then after you hear it like the third or fourth time, you're like, all right, this is just dumb.
This is garbage.
This is annoying.
It's a fart joke.
Absolutely. That's all they were.
Yeah.
Though I had that album, and that's all they were. I mean, it just
The song and the video was a bit of a fart joke,
right?
Which, when you first saw it the first couple of times, like you said, it was like, oh, that's
funny, and then you're like, okay, I'm over it. And it just
you repeat a joke too many times, it becomes unfunny,
right? And they didn't repeat it enough times to make it funny again.
Right.
That was they died somewhere in that chasm between the two. I agree with that. But yeah, the video, you can go back and watch it. It's kind of fun. It's funny.
And at one point, I had the album where they were still
Jello. I did
Jell-O.
too. Yeah. Or I had the cassette of it. It's
well, yeah, cassette. You know what I mean.
Okay, all right. So let's see. Let me see how many I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You ought to have 5.
I have 4.
You only had 14 then.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 4 left. Let me recount that. 1, 2.
Did you go twice at some point, maybe?
No. Oh, the reason why is because we agreed on one.
Oh,
that's
what
one.
It was, yeah.
And since that was one we agreed on, I'm going to go with another one I'm pretty sure we're going to agree on here.
Okay.
Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive.
I do not have that
really?
one on the list.
You don't have that one on the list?
That's a good one,
okay.
But I don't have it on the list.
When this video, Slippery When Wet album, they had already had hits with You Give Love a Bad Name and Living on a Prayer was released, was a second single off of it. I think maybe Never Say Goodbye had been released at this point. And then this song hit.
Yeah.
And sent them into a whole different stratosphere. Kind of like what we're talking about with Paradise City. Like, they were big, now they're huge.
Yes.
The video had a lot to do with it because it's a lot of them on the road and, and that kind of stuff. But it's the on-stage stuff that really solidifies this.
There were few bands that could do the live concert video and make it feel like you were actually at the concert. And this was one of those videos that could do that.
Exactly. And it's funny because, like, the videos they had done prior to this, like with You Give Love a Bad Name or Living on a Prayer, were done. They were done on sound stages with a little bit of concert footage, put in and out. But it was one of those things where they're all Bon Jovi like cheesing for the camera, him and Richie, and they're all like, and they're doing like the hair metal thing. I mean, they really are in those two videos. This one was like, these guys look tired.
Yes.
They look road worn. They look like
It was towards the end of the tour, and they were playing the songs a little too fast.
Yeah, and that type of stuff. But I will always say, this video, there's one moment in this video that I remember seeing in 1987, I guess it was, when this hit, being 13 years old and going, I want to do that.
Okay.
And you know which one it is. There's this shot of John Bon Jovi, like from the back of the stage, and he's sitting there and he's singing or whatever, and he does this little motion where basically he's got the microphone in his hand and he puts his hand kind of up and out, and the house lights come up. And you see the entire audience, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that right there.
Because the entire audience is like reaching back
I know,
at him.
and I was just like, I want to do that. I want to be a rock star because of this.
Yeah.
And
this is where his guidance counselor gave up on Ellen.
If she waited until I was 13 to give up on me, she gave up way too far. She should have given up a lot sooner than that. So, so yeah, Bon Jovi's Wanted Dead or Alive, I still think is one of the best music videos ever. So go ahead.
I remember the first time I saw this band.
Okay.
With this video. Living Color.
Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality.
Great song. Good video.
Great musicians.
Yeah. Oh,
it was
again, Vernon Reid. Highly underrated guitar player.
Well, Will Calhoun as the drummer was highly underrated. I still have a stack of his signature ProMark drumsticks at the house somewhere. I bought them because of the video, and then I realized that type of drumstick just doesn't work for me really well. But I still have them.
Right.
And
we've all done that. I've bought guitars before.
Yeah.
And like, this doesn't work for me.
But, I was like, when it first happened and you get that little bit of it's not even vocal. It's like a newsreel type thing at the beginning, and that first guitar lick.
Oh, that's not newsreel. That's Malcolm X.
Well,
yeah, it's him like in one of his speeches. That was,
and then that first lick hits, and you're like, "Oh, this is heavy as crap." And then it shows the band. You're like, "Yeah,
yeah, I know," and that's that.
It's
Vivid.
Heavy. It's very bright and
Vivid.
colorful.
That album, Vivid, is great. Glamour Boys aside, that album.
They could have left that one off the album.
I know what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
but
no.
I
honestly think that was a record company making them.
I think it was too. I really do. So,
but honestly, I think this band probably gave rise to what we saw later with like Seven Dust and some of the other heavy metal vocalists that could
Oh yeah, LeJean from Seven Dust is a great vocalist.
Yeah.
I mean, it just but yeah, I agree. Yeah, that opening riff, and of course it's also one of those things because I'm a wrestling fan that CM Punk eventually started using that song, and like they paid the licensing for it and everything, and it's like you hear that hit and it's like, oh, things getting ready to get good now.
Yeah, but man, I love this band.
Vivid. And you know what, Time's Up was a good album also. Or was it Time's Up? No, it was called was it called Time's Up?
I think that's right. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I know the first single was called Type, and that was a great song. Actually, that whole album was good because I think Love Rears Its Ugly Head was on that. And
when I was looking for the video to find it, there's actually a bunch of like reaction videos of people that have never seen the video before, and I'm just like, how can you have not seen this video before?
What was the other one? There was something about Elvis that was on that one. Elvis is Dead. Was that the name of it?
Man, I forget. They put out an album 2017.
Mm-hmm. I knew they got back together a few years ago.
Vivid was the first one. Pride was the second one. Time's Up was the third one.
Okay, it was Time's Up. Yeah.
Vivid. Let's see here. Cult of Personality. Open Letter to a Landlord.
That was on there.
Was a good one too. Funny Vibe. I know you remember.
Probably. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've listened to that album, but like I said, except for Glamour Boys, I really enjoyed all that stuff. Okay, so I guess we're on to my next one now.
Yeah.
So what am I missing? Since you stole my final one.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I got a 1-2 punch here.
Elvis is Dead was off of Time's Up.
Yeah, the Elvis is Dead.
So was New Jack Theme.
I've mentioned them one time before already. We didn't talk about the videos though.
Okay.
Seminal 90s video. Smashing Pumpkins with Tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that song has got a very epic vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
And the video is an epic music video where it looks like an old time, like, silent film.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, oh man, it's one of those, I can watch it over and over and over again.
Melancholy was a great double album.
Okay, you know that they're celebrating the 25th anniversary this year.
Really?
It came out in 95, and they've done some, like, did you listen to that song that I sent you the other night? That was the new Smashing Pumpkins song. I texted it to you. I texted you a link on YouTube.
I must have missed it.
They've put out some new stuff, and it's called, what was the name of it? I'll have to look and see.
Which?
Yeah, it's spelled
WYTTCH.
And it is very much about Halloween.
Okay.
The only problem is that the opening, the lyrics to it says Sam Hain. And I'm like,
Samhain.
I kept listening to it like, is he saying Sal Wayne, maybe? I don't know. But I was like, it sounds too close to Sam Hain. I understand he got that wrong, but the rest of the song is great besides that.
All right. I can't help it. I'm just going to do this.
Okay. It did it again. Just
forget
never mind. It's a good song.
Drop it in here.
It's one of those things that with Smashing Pumpkins, even their stuff that they've done since they got back together, 15 years ago or whatever it was, whenever the Zeitgeist album, it's still been pretty solid stuff. Now, I'm glad that, 3/4 of the original band are playing together again.
Yeah.
And Darcy will probably never be back because there's something weird that's going on between her and Billy that they've, for almost 20 years now.
They'll never be able to solve that.
And I'm like, all right, fine. I mean, 3/4 is better than none. So
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Well, but the thing is that Corgan had gone on the road a couple of times with no one else in the band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't just call it Billy Corgan Project or something. Don't do that. You're not Smashing Pumpkins. I'm sorry, you're not. So, but yeah, Tonight video. They had a couple of other ones during that era that were really good. The 1979 video, the video for 33, which I love that video. But I had to go with Tonight. So, what do you got?
Metallica.
Which one?
The very first one. One.
Okay.
And I remember when it debuted, we saw the big full extended version of it because we had the rumor had been, Metallica had finally shot a video.
Shot a music video. It's their first time that they had done that.
We're 4 albums in at this point and no music videos?
1, 2. Yeah, this was their 5th album. So.
Yeah. It's all of a sudden Metallica's done a video. I mean, it was must-see TV. Everybody was flocking to MTV to watch this video.
This was their 4th album. Not counting Garage Days, because that was an EP. But this was their 4th album. Yeah. So, yeah.
But, black and white, grays, grainy. Mm-hmm. Black and white film footage. Oh, and
they had all those the film clips from Johnny Got His Gun, in there, and it's a bleak song. That whole album's a bleak album. I mean, it's very nihilistic, very nihilistic.
I only have one complaint about it. And it was, what Lars did to Jason Newsted.
What they all did to him.
With the bass.
The bass is almost non-existent in it.
Turned the bass all the way down. It's like, you jerks.
Yeah. But yeah, that is a good video.
Yeah.
And it did. It changed their trajectory by a lot.
Not in a good way.
I think I don't have a problem with what happened, but
I don't like Black.
Okay,
It's got some good songs on it.
Yeah.
But it's
the only song on the Black album that I never want to hear again is Nothing Else Matters. If I never hear that song again, I'll be fine. Anything else on there, I know that Enter Sandman was played to death. I can still take it though, within reason. But everything else on there, I'm good with. I mean, I'm fine with everything else on there, but except I hate that song. I hate it. Nothing Else Matters.
I don't like the fact that Bob Rock came in and basically changed the way Lars played.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he restructured a lot of the songs. Honestly, I don't like the overcompression that he used.
You're grumpy old man.
I'm not a big.
I like my Metallica. I don't like that popular Metallica.
Not a big fan of Bob Rock,
I know,
honestly.
I know.
So,
come on, what he did with Def Leppard, what was that? Bon Jovi and all the other bands he produced.
he
Kip
probably
Winger.
can't be mad about Winger.
Yeah, well,
But what he did to Metallica, I don't know that I can forgive him for.
all right. So
He's basically the reason we had to watch Some Kind of Monster. So.
oh man, all right. I'm going to do a little rant here. Metallica was one of my favorite bands growing up. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even hate Load and Reload so much. I think there's a good album in there between the two albums.
They should have made one album and not Load.
Right. And I get it. You know, quite honestly, I could have probably put the music video for Until It Sleeps on here. I kind of dig that video.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it's one of those things where when some kind of and I did not like Saint Anger. I did not like it at all.
That snare sound on Saint Anger is
and so it was one of those
terrible.
things that when Some Kind of Monster, when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't know about this. And then I watched it and I was like, okay, any respect I had for these guys is gone now.
Yeah.
Gone. Like, I'm done. These are not the same guys.
These are not rock stars. These are whiny little
bitches. I'll say it. Yeah, it is. And James Hetfield turned out to be the whiniest one of them all, which I was like, no, Hetfield is like the badass of the group. Nope, not anymore.
Nope.
So,
well, I admit, I was always more of a Megadeth fan than I was a Metallica fan. I liked some of Metallica stuff. Like, I liked Injustice for All.
I was always more of a Metallica than Megadeth.
I was really a big fan of Ride the Lightning, but I was more Megadeth than I was. The Megadeth stuff was faster.
Some of it was, I mean, for me, I like some Megadeth. Like, I really like the Rust in Peace album.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that album. And then whenever Countdown to Extinction came out, I liked a couple of songs off of it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like big into the entire thing. Same thing with Euthanasia. When that one came out, I liked a couple of songs on it, but I didn't like it as a whole. And then after that, I couldn't tell you anything. I've heard bits and pieces here and there, and I'm like, you know.
I get it.
Some of it too has to do with the fact of just changing musical tastes over the years. You know, I'm not the metalhead that I was when I was, you know, my teens and 20s. You know. But yeah, I was always a Metallica. I was a Metallica fan.
What are you saying about people that are still metalheads?
Nothing. I'm just saying my own musical taste changed like that, you know. And I'm saying you need to, like, you know, let it go, guys. Just let it go.
I still like my metal.
That's fine. I do too.
What do you got? I've got like 3 more.
I have 2 more since you stole one of mine.
I'm saving one for like the very, very end.
I am as well.
And I think we probably got the same one.
I bet we don't. Okay, I'm going to go with this. Since you said one, I'm going to go with one also, but a different one. It's one by U2.
That's a good one.
There were 3 music videos made for this. Okay, there was the one that had no pun intended. The first one was the one with the buffalo, like, you know, like the whole deal with the buffalo, like running, you know, and everything. And that was that's pretty much all it was. It was little clips of that. The third video was the one where they're in Berlin and they're dressed in drag, you know, and they're, you know, they're driving through the streets of Berlin and it's all shot in black and white and that kind of stuff. Neither one of those are the ones I'm going with. I'm going with the second one. And the reason I'm going with the second one is because it's kind of the Bono show.
I was going to say, that's just the one of him sitting in front of the camera.
Pretty
just
much
him
smoking and singing and, you know, the other members come in and out and that kind of stuff. But the way that it's shot, and that was actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that video was shot by Anton Corbijn.
Okay.
Which, again, another, you know, and it's just like the way that it's shot, it's got just enough of that early 90s strobe light and, you know, and quick flash photography, you know, the photography with it to where it still feels of the time, but it still really fits today also. Whereas those other 2 videos Well, let's be honest. The Buffalo one's really pretentious, and the other one really feels like, oh yeah, this is dated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with the 1 Volume 2 music video. So
Gotcha.
all right,
Faith No More.
the real thing, or I mean,
Epic.
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 With the fish flopping and the yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
Okay. That's all you got to say
That's
about it?
all I got to say about it. If you
It's
haven't,
just epic.
if you haven't seen this video, this is, yeah, you just need to see the video.
Okay.
And
Well, I tell you what.
this video was actually most people's introduction to Faith No More.
All right. Since you stole one of mine,
Yeah.
well, you didn't steal. Since we had the same one on there, and now I have to come up with another. I'm gonna pick another one here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go completely in a different direction of something that you're going to be like, what?
But Epic was most people's introduction to Faith No More.
Okay.
I had already kind of known about them because of Who Cares a Lot. And,
Oh, yeah.
some of those other,
We Care a Lot.
We Care a Lot, sorry. But then they put out Angel Dust after that.
Right.
Which was such a better album.
Yeah, but it was also the album that drove Jim Marshall out of the band.
Yeah, it's true. But sometimes great art takes sacrifice.
If you say so. All right. I am going to go to the distant year of 1999, which is 21 years ago.
You're doing Prince, aren't you?
No. That song came out in like 82. No, I'm actually going to go with Lenny Kravitz's American Woman video.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one you're going to go with?
I could have gone with Are You Gonna Go My Way? But I'm going with American Woman. And I have 2 words for why.
Okay.
Heather Graham.
Okay.
Yeah. I never
right.
really cared much for the Guess Who's version of that song to begin with. You know,
Yeah.
I like that song once the like electric guitar comes in, but I always hated that acoustic intro thing that they were doing or whatever. And then when the first few times that I heard this song, I was like, I'm just really not digging this.
Yeah.
And then 2 things changed my mind about it. The first one was seeing this music video. I was like, well, maybe I do like this song a little better. And the second thing that completely changed my mind about this song, and I was like, oh, I get it. I understand completely.
Okay.
I was at a strip club one night.
Oh.
And this song came on and the girl danced to it. I was like, I get it now. This makes perfect sense.
I don't even understand.
Yeah. So
Why is all... I should know
anyway,
better.
you should know better. But anyway, so what's your next to last one?
If I was going to have to go with the Lenny Kravitz video, I would probably have to do Again.
That's a pretty good. It's got Jenny Gershon's in the video, you know.
Yeah.
You can see his butt, you know. It's like
That's not why. Why do I do this podcast?
Dude, have you seen pictures of Kravitz lately?
No.
He's what, 55, 56 years old, something like that? Dude is shredded.
He was always shredded.
I know, but I mean, he like still looks like he did when he was 25 years old. And I'm like, that's not fair. It's not fair.
Well, you can either look like that or you can enjoy donuts.
Yeah, that's true.
I prefer
That's
donuts.
true. That's true.
All right. Next to last song is my Tool pick.
Okay.
And
Sober or Stinkfist?
neither.
Prison Sex?
Prison Sucks.
Really?
That video,
Really? That's the one you're going with? Okay.
that video was so disturbing and made such an impression on me.
Oh, the jokes.
I know.
Oh, the jokes.
I know. And I knew what I was possibly setting
Prison
myself
Sex made
up.
an impression on you.
Yeah. See, I knew what I was setting myself up for, but I loved this video so much that I went ahead and I went with it anyway.
All right.
So you really need to see that. If you haven't
I've
seen this
seen
video,
it. It's been a long time, but I have seen it. Yeah, it's a.
I mean,
all their videos are interesting anyway. You know, if nothing else. So
she took his legs away from him and hung him up where he couldn't reach him. Mm-hmm. That's the beginning of the video.
you have issues.
I thought we were talking about music videos. Pretty much everybody who knows me knows I have issues.
I know. All right, here's my last one. 2002.
Oh, we totally don't have the same song for the last one.
2002. I bet I know what yours is, though.
I bet you do, too.
Yeah. Nope, 2002. Johnny Cash, Hurt.
That's a good one. And honestly, I can't believe I don't have it on my list.
That song is great to begin with, but the music video of all the clips of him and June in the House of Cash, which was in ill repair, the broken
in Hendersonville. We used to drive past it every day.
And that's the whole thing is like, all of us that live around here, we knew where the House of Cash was, and it hadn't been open for decades at that point. And it's all just all of it. And there's these clips of him when he was younger, and all this kind of, and it's just one of those things where it's like, this is someone who is putting a period not only on their musical legacy but on their life. Yeah. Of this is me saying my goodbye. Yeah. And he was a little over a year later, he was gone. Yeah. But that music video is just. It is breathtaking. I'll tell you how good it is. You know how good it is? My dad loves it. My dad, who does not care about music videos whatsoever, when he saw that the first time, he was like, that's amazing. I mean, it just...
How pissed is Trent Reznor, though?
But, he's not. That's because the whole thing.
That song no longer belongs
right, he
to
said
Trent
that.
Reznor.
He said that after he was like, no, that song belongs to Johnny Cash. And so much so that when Johnny died... he had the Nine Inch Nails website black for 24 hours, just completely black, and his like saying goodbye to him and everything. So I mean that so good. So
what an honor, but at the same time, how much does it suck to have one of the songs that you're known best for?
That's not the song they're known best for, though. Closer is the song they're best for. I mean, that's or Head Like a Hole, one of the two.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. That one for me was always like my favorite Nine Inch Nails song. Yeah. And then Johnny Cash comes along,
or March of the Pigs.
Comes along, he takes it and goes.
No, this is mine now.
But that song's pretty good. But I think I can do it better.
But either one of us sitting here right now, if we had the opportunity for Johnny Cash to steal one of our songs, we would have thought that was the greatest thing in the world. Yeah. So, but that music video for Hurt is just, now, especially he's been gone for 17 years now.
It doesn't feel like that long.
But it has been. It was.
It doesn't, my dad's been gone for...
And the other thing is
that 5 years now, and I remember when Dad nearly backed over him in the parking lot of Kroger's.
I mean, that's I had an uncle that worked for him for did some construction work for him. Gotcha. Back in the late 70s, early 80s. And it's one of those things that living around here, most everybody had some kind of run in or connection to them.
And let me tell you, it didn't matter who you were. If he saw you doing something that kind of caught his eye and he was interested in. He would walk up, and the way he introduced himself every time is, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash."
Right,
like you don't know who he is
exactly.
But he introduced himself as, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash" to everybody.
Right, and it would be nothing to see him in June at Kroger buying groceries.
Yeah.
Okay, they are.
And they were. You want to talk about friendly, would
approachable,
talk to anybody.
Very approachable. But the thing is about him, he had such a presence that you were like, I don't know if I can go over there or not. That's kind of one of those.
Also, being Nashville, you don't
bother. I know, but it's but yeah,
unless it's the ex-wives of what was the band? Oak Ridge Boys. One of the Oak Ridge Boys' ex-wives ran into each other in Food Lion one day, and it was
bet that was fun.
Immediate cat fight.
Well, we used to sit up at Waffle House, and Trisha Yearwood and Marty Stewart would come in there, and it was like nothing. It was like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
The night Rick Moranis and his wife came in.
I ran into Rick Moranis in New Orleans like back in the late 90s. Like they just like, oh look, there's Rick Moranis right there.
We're derailing immediately. Have you seen where Ryan Reynolds got Rick Moranis to actually come out and be at a commercial again?
Did you see where Rick Moranis got punched?
Oh, that made me so angry. You don't touch Rick Moranis.
It's like, wow, how random of a... Hey, we haven't seen Rick Moranis in forever. And there he is walking down the street and somebody just runs up and punches him.
I'm sorry. You don't touch Rick Moranis. Nobody bothers Rick Moranis when I'm around.
Only in 2020. So, all right. Go ahead. Lay Thriller on us.
Yes, exactly. Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah, no, that's a great video.
That's if I had to put a number one on the list, that would be number one. Michael Jackson Thriller.
Michael, that one, we said a lot about it because I had it on my watch list,
Yeah.
We've said a lot about it, in the past, just in general, but it's 13 minutes long.
Yep.
And, and
Vincent Price in it.
Yeah. And it's just one of those, like, it was directed by John Landis.
Yeah.
John Landis or John Landau?
Landau,
the one that killed people?
Let me look it up.
I think I'm always like, is it Landau or Landis? I think it's Landau. But yeah, he worked on that, and Rick Baker did the creature effects and everything.
It was neither one of them.
Who was it?
It was Jerry Kramer.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess never mind.
No, it was. We were both completely and totally wrong.
I thought John Landau worked on that.
Quincy Jones produced the album.
Right.
Going to Wikipedia.
I'm not talking about the album. I'm talking about the music video.
No, you were right. It's John Landis.
John Landis. Yeah.
John
okay.
Landis.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, I didn't even recognize it on there. And the reason why I knew that is because they had, back in the 80s, there was a making of Thriller home video, that had like a bunch of the behind the scenes stuff.
Well,
and
I'm actually seeing two different entries here. One saying Jerry Kramer, the other one saying John Landis.
I think it was John Landis.
It's got to be John Landis.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know why I know? Because there's that line where they're sitting in the when they're sitting in the movie theater and they're getting ready to leave, after she gets scared, and he's like, oh, and as they're walking out, you hear on the movie screen, you hear him say, there was a note left. It said, "See you next Tuesday," which is something that shows up in John Landis' stuff. That's in the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
It's in several, like, that was like one of those things that he kept putting in all of his movies there for a while. So yeah, that's
yeah.
But yeah, John Landis. I knew it was one of the Johns that recorded that did that video. I tell you, another good Michael Jackson video is "Beat It."
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's another another classic. Billie Jean's another classic. It's
"Beat It." We're talking about Eddie Van Halen on a guitar,
right? But he's not in the video.
No,
though.
he's not in the video. What I think's cool about, because we lost Eddie not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And one of the stories that he told...
Did they ever say who they're going to replace him with in the band?
Okay, got it.
Isn't that what they do in Van Halen? They just plug somebody else in and go.
Got to get my blood pressure back down. Can't hit Alan. Can't hit him. Want to hit him. But he was told, never mind, I can't even tell the story now. Why do I do this podcast with you? Really? You're going to back?
Yeah. Hey, at the very least, they should at least let Michael Anthony back in the band now. I mean, that's...
All right, folks, I am Big Dave. That's Alan over there. Wow.
So anyways, you can get in touch with us. There's all kinds of ways. We'll have links in the
notes. Uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon?
Too soon.
So, no, seriously, you guys, you can get in touch with us in the links below, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Parler. We might be going to some other places here before long. And there's that. There's a few other ones. And hopefully we can start really utilizing our YouTube page before long, because I'm going to start making Dave at least produce some videos. I'm sure I'll be the only one actually on camera if you want to see my mug.
You're going to make me use my college degree
exactly.
for the podcast,
hey, what do you
aren't
know? You get to actually use your college degree for something. You know?
Here we go.
And you know what I'm using my college degree for?
Nothing.
This right now, because this is what you wind up doing when you get a liberal arts degree. So.
I still want to hit you.
I want to roll tonight, so.
I still want to hit you.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. We had fun. Tell us about your favorite music videos. Like I said, if you go to our YouTube page, there will be a link in the notes below. I will have a list of all of these on there.
We're also going to film an apology for the things he said about Eddie and Van Halen.
Oh no. And remember, Alan Smith 2024? We will be talking about that quite a bit on here. And
2024. The We're Screwed ticket.
I'm going to, since this is a family show, I am not going to say what my platform is, because Dave's already seen it on my Facebook page.
He got the look. He definitely got the look.
And so, yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I am Alan Smith.
I am Big Dave.
And we will see you next time.
Can't believe you said that.